Hello, everybody. Welcome to 10 Minute Tuesdays with Sekou Tyler. This is episode 4, and I got my big brother. The reason I know SQL, the reason I'm in data on here, I'm really excited to have Jonas Oglesby on here from owner of JS Enterprises, amongst other things, the most utility knife person that I know. You thought I was a utility knife. Jonas is the utility knife where I learned it from. So, Jonas, thank you so much for joining, bro.
Oh man, bro, thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome, awesome. Well, that was my introduction, but I will let you introduce yourself.
Hey, he hit it right on the head. I am the owner and CEO of JS Enterprises LLC Tennessee. And as he said, I am a utility knife man, meaning I have about four lines of business ranging from embroidery to data analytics to home improvement to notary. So you name it, I do it. And if I don't know how to do it, I'll find out and tell you.
Awesome, awesome, man. So knowing that you're a man of many industries, been in the data analytics space for at least over 20 years, before you kind of ventured out and did your own thing, you've experienced a lot. So to date, what has been your least favorite job that you had?
Man, my least favorite job was the call center. I have no lie to tell. I look. I started off. They was like, "Man, you got the patience of a saint." By the time I got done, I like, yeah, I can't talk on the phone now. Like literally, I can only talk on the phone for maybe like 5 minutes, and then after that, I'm like, "All right, so you want to come over and talk? You want to meet up someplace? I just got to get off the phone."
That's awesome. So transitioning from the call center to actually having a career in data, what even compels you to get into data?
Really, data found me. So I worked at Cigna Medicare at the time. And I was a call center rep. I went there and learned the life of a claim, did the claim analyst role, review specialist, and then got into resource management where I actually was in charge of like coming up with the schedules for the call center, which was a lot of data and numbers. But I also went through some ISO 9000 certification through the company. And there I met Laura Perrigan then. Her name now is Laura McAllister. And just kind of kept in touch, transitioned off, went to Verizon under their financial services. And while I was there, Laura hit me up and she was like, "Hey, I got a job I think you'd be a great fit for out at AIM Healthcare." AIM Healthcare is actually a company out in Cool Springs area, and they were really a homegrown company that dealt with healthcare data, data mining, the whole nine, even collections on the healthcare side of it. So she brought me on there as a project coordinator, and out of that, that was my first big break and everything took off. Like I've always been good with numbers, but that was my first opportunity to really kind of showcase what I knew and understood from a data perspective. And then I just started getting into relational databases and getting in contact with the other, components and coworkers on the data mining side, on the IT side of things. So from there, it was like, oh, data is like a big thing. You hear data, you
Yeah.
people automatically think, "Oh man, computers." And it was like that was one of those things. It's like, well, hold on, wait a minute. What part are you referring to? You got like database parts of it, security parts of it, networking parts of it, the actual hardware side of it. So that's just where I just got that exposure. And from there, man, I mean, it's about 25 years later, man, I'm still out here, shoveling dirt right
Yeah.
now. So
And that's so true. I think one of the biggest things is when people hear the word data, especially now, right? Everybody's like, data's the new oil. Data, data, data. I need to get into data. It's like, whoa, there's so many components of data
right.
to actually get into. It's like finding your focus. All right. So another thing. So we're talking about the journey, talk about the path, how it found you, and everything. Of that, right? We think about the lessons that we learned. So, what would you think would be your biggest failure, and then what did you take away from that you're using today?
Real honestly, first time I got job eliminated. I was with the company for 5.5 years. Uh, got job eliminated. But I was a five employee. And the scale went to five. So it's kind of like that was a blow to the gut for me personally. But really, what it taught me was to always be your authentic self, no matter what. Like, if you true to yourself, true to your craft, true to what you do, I don't care about the situation. If you got peace with yourself when you look in the mirror and go to bed at night, dude, everything else gonna work out. So that's really what it taught me, and that's really what kind of started getting me in position to kind of be prepared to break out on my own. So I got job eliminated twice. The next time I got job eliminated, it was 5 years later. uh, and again, it's the same thing. I'm like, hey, I'm a top rated employee, but I find myself in this same situation. I'm getting job eliminated. And it was at the height of COVID. But I don't understand that from that component. But at the same time, what it really taught me was just kind of take a step back and look like, man, you're in a situation again where you're relying on
Mhm.
somebody else to put bread on your table. You're giving them everything that you can do, but ultimately they still made a call in their best interest to let you go.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, it taught me one, it's always about the bottom line.
Oh yeah.
Point
Nonstop.
blank,
Yeah.
period. Like, I
Every
don't care what
always.
it
Always.
is. You're an employee, you're a number. Okay, cool. The era of you giving your all to a company and that company taking care of you in the end, that died out back in the 50s, 60s. That does not exist now. So it is truly understanding when you understand that construct. Really, you just going with a different focus. So
Yeah.
that way, if you know you're going in 100%, hey man, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I believe. These are my convictions. And you just stay true to that the whole time. What I found is, hey man, it'll reward itself. It'll take care of you no matter
Wow.
what. So at the end of the day, it's like, hey man, this is gonna be this. This is who I am. I'm gonna give you what you pay for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the 120%. You gonna get this top notch work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm gonna have integrity in who I am.
Wow.
And that piece is it's like it's peace of mind. It literally takes a weight off your shoulders, especially being black in tech.
Yes.
Like that is
100%.
something that it's just not a lot of us. And part of that, I think, is we just don't have the exposure to it. We don't know. Like you hear tech and you like, all right, well, what you kind of do in tech? Like, what is that really?
Hmm.
You're gonna get a different response from somebody that does networking versus somebody that does data mining.
Yeah.
You're gonna get two totally different, you know, outcomes and just experiences in that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just really, man, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, just be you.
That is a lesson I definitely learned from you being a direct report to you as one, put the work in, right? The work speaks for itself. You
Yep.
know, if the work always speaks for itself and be yourself, peace of mind, protect your family, do what you got to do. But the work always has to speak for itself. So that's a lesson that I learned. Oh God, when we work together,
Dude, that
yeah.
was
Like
like, wait a minute, I think
10
it's been a minute.
years.
It's been a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah. But it is always a lesson that I've learned and took from you, and still carry to this day. All right, so getting back into it, what is one piece of advice you'd give someone who's just starting out in their journey in data?
To be honest, believe in your vision, stay the course regardless of what naysayers say. Like surround yourself with people that want to see you win. Everybody is not rooting for you that says they're rooting. Like
Whew.
that is just a real fact.
Yeah,
So you have to surround yourself with people that want to see you win, but you also want to surround yourself with people that are smarter than you. You want to surround yourself with people that are more accomplished than you. You cannot expect to expand and grow if you're always the top
the
dog.
top. Whew, gotta have people.
So
Yeah,
it's like, dude, if you're in the middle of the pack, you good. Because see, you can inspire the people below, but you can also take in and learn from the people above you.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest thing is, man, make sure you surround yourself with the right people. Trust your vision, because that vision was given to you.
Yes.
So only you truly understand it. They may not get it, and it may not be for them to get. But as long as they support you, then you're golden. And as long as you do that and be your authentic self the entire time, everything else will take care of itself.
Wow. Love it. I love it. Wow. That is sound advice. Your vision is for you. And man, I've learned that as well, right? You got to have some people smarter than you and talented than
Yep.
you. And it's no detriment to your own skill set or
No,
the work that you are. Is you just need people have a different perspective of what you have. So it's always pushing you to get better.
exactly. Iron sharpens iron. We
Yeah.
hear the old adage all the time. And that is true. It's like, dude, if no one is challenging you to be the best version of yourself, then you become complacent.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I think a lot of people miss out on in that lesson when they do go through adversity and get those challenges. It's like, we want to have the pity party. I'm like, okay, I'll give you 24 hours for that. You can sulk, you can cry. Oh my God. You can do all that for 24 hours. After that, it's like, all right, so what am I supposed to be learning?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why am I going
What am I
through
getting
this?
out of this? Right.
Exactly. There's
Yeah.
something I'm supposed to be getting. What is that?
Yeah.
And once you identify that, man, hey, it's time to grind after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like move to the next.
Yep. That you got to have that period of like, man, this doesn't feel good. It stinks. It sucks. But all right, what did I get? Or what am I supposed to learn out of it? Wow, that's awesome.
Every every job, I tell people, every job, dude, you need to pick up something that you didn't come in the door with. Some skill set you gotta pick up something that you never had before you came through the door. So no matter what, whenever the time is up, hey man, I at least left with X. I
Wow.
learned this. I had this skill set. I can use this in my personal life, my professional life, no matter what. Like you want to capture those things.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much. This was great. I think right at the 10-minute mark. I was going to extend it, but for the sake of the theme, 10-minute Tuesday. So, where can listeners find you online? Where can they contact you? What's your brand?
Hey man, definitely you can hit me up on Facebook or IG, J squared. You can get it at J2DTN on Facebook and on IG, and on the web as well at bit.ly/J2DTN.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, my brother Jonas. Thank you for this
Oh,
episode. This was great.
thanks for having me, bro, man.
Always
I'm
learn
here for it.
something. And as always, if you haven't, like, share, subscribe, feel free to reach out to me, and I will talk to you all next week. Thank you so much.